Hey YouTube, this is Jane Storm coming at you in Team Shadow Strike, and this is my final top 10 list of Gen 6, of my top 10 favorite Pokemon from Gen 6. So, I've been doing all these lists to basically get you guys ready to leading up to the Pokemon pre-release, which will be tomorrow night. Well, tomorrow at midnight, technically, so you know what I mean. They'll be coming out Friday, obviously. I cannot wait to get my copies. I've literally been waiting to play the remakes of Ruby and Sapphire for frickin' ever because they were literally my favorite Pokemon gen. So anyway, let's just jump straight into this top 10 list. This is obviously from Gen 6, the Kalos region from Pokemon X and Y. So let's just jump straight in it with number 10. My number 10 favorite Pokemon from Gen 6 would have to be Delphox. Now, the starters in this gen really stepped it up. Because the typing completely just got different and more creative. Chestnut is not on this list, but I like Chestnut for the simple fact being he looks like Bowser. That's it. I'm not a big fan of just grass Pokemon, so there's nothing against Chestnut. I mean, I've seen good movesets for him, and I even have built one, that's perfect, in every way, but I'm just not a big fan of Chestnut. But Delphox, on the other hand, I like Delphox because it's a mix of a fox, a magician, and fire. It just sounds really freaking cool. Plus Delphox, the wand, for some reason that just was like, it was inventive, it was different, there's never been anything like it, so it was nice to see something different. So, number 10, Delphox. Number 9, Dragalge. Now, Dragalge, I really like Dragalge for the main fact that it was the very first of its kind, a dragon-type Pokemon that is also part poison. And it was interesting because they've never had a poison dragon. And Dragalge, he's kind of cool. He's kind of weird looking at first, and I almost didn't build one just because I was like, you know what, I just can't get past the way he looks. I know that's kind of bad, just judge a Pokemon by the way it looks, but if I don't like how the Pokemon looks, I'm not gonna waste my time. I play, I'm not one of the overly competitive people in Pokemon who go to all these major tournaments to play on the DS and thing like that. I still raise all my Pokemon to be competitive, but I don't raise Pokemon just for the sole fact that this Pokemon has good stats and it's good for this. I'm sorry. One Pokemon that is not on this list is Clefairy. I fucking hate Clefairy. It looks like a fucking child set of keys. I don't understand why Nintendo has the need to take every inanimate object there is and turning it into a Pokemon. It pisses me off, and I just do not like looking at Pokemon that they just were like, you know what, we need another Pokemon. Oh, look, here's my keys. I need to put these in my oh my god, that's a Pokemon. I just, no. But Dragalge was different. He was cool. He was a dragon poison type, so he wasn't completely screwed if he fought against a fairy type. But Dragalge, he's not bad. So if you haven't raised a Dragalge, I suggest that you do. You will enjoy it. Number 8 is Heliolisk. Now, Heliolisk, I liked it because it reminded me of that one dinosaur from Jurassic Park. But it's actually not that bad, my main beef with electric Pokemon is that a lot of electric Pokemon out there, they just can't learn many good attacks. I have a really good Raichu, I have a really good Electivire, and a Menetrick, and that's about it, I know I have Pokemon that aren't electric that know electric attacks, but I don't have a lot of electric Pokemon that I would consider, compatible. But I don't know, outside of Manectric, Raichu, and Electivire, I never really had another one. And then I saw Heliolisk. Heliolisk is different. He's pretty good at special attack. He's decent in speed. He just looks cool, and I have a good time using him. So, I wouldn't use him maybe for competition or even battling with friends, but he's just fun to use in the game. So, number 7, Talonflame. Now, Talonflame, This was a nice change up because it seems like every gen there is a staple bird, and it went from Pidgeot, then it went to Pidgeot again, and then it went over to Suelo, and then it went over to Unpheasant, and it just I just got so bored of seeing the stereotypical bird, and then Fletchling came about, and it was a robin. I'm like, oh god, here we go again. And then all of a sudden I saw the final image of Fletchling's final stage, and it said it becomes a fire flying Pokemon. That's awesome. If you're wondering what that sound is, I have a Christmas clock that plays a different Christmas song every hour. So it's officially 1 in the morning. But anyway, I like Talonflame because it is a fire flying type. There's nothing that's ever been done like that. He's one of the most used Pokemon in competition as of late. This thing is absolutely a nightmare if you know how to build it right. So, Talonflame number 7. Number 6, Pyroar. Now, finally, we get a lion Pokemon. I was always wondering, when are they finally going to give us a lion? It just seems like that'd be one of the things that they could turn into a Pokemon. And then we got Pyroar. Now, I wish Pyroar can have a little more of a wider array of a moveset. But anywho, I like Pyroar a lot. I wouldn't use him again for competition. There's only a couple Pokemon on here that I've ever built to use for competition, and actually it's just the top 5. But, Pyroar coming in at number 6, he's just cool. I'm a Leo the Lion, and lions are one of my favorite animals, so I like Pyroar. So, number 5, Sylveon. I was not so sure. I take that back. I was actually really not happy with the fairy typing at first. I was thinking, seriously, you're turning Jigglypuff and all these other ones into just fairies, and I just was not, excited about it. And when I very first saw Sylveon, I was kind of like, because I was personally hoping for a Steel type evolution, but I got to admit, I finally choked and decided to raise a Sylveon shortly after getting the games, because I was thinking, you know what, I'm going to just give it a try. And there's Sylveon is the only fairy Pokemon I'll use. I'm sorry. I mean, I just haven't come across another fairy that I enjoy using. But Sylveon I do like a lot. He gives new meaning to the word tank. Number 4, Pangoro, because it's a panda. When I saw Pancham for the first time, I was just, walking through and I ran into Pancham and I'm like, oh my god, it's a panda, I've got to have this. And it was cool how it was, and for the longest time, I did not know how to evolve the son of a gun, and I was just like, and I actually had to text a friend of mine who's real Pokemon savvy, and I'm like, how the hell do you get Pancham to evolve? And she texted back, you have to have a dark Pokemon in your party. And I'm like, oh. So, luckily for me, I just had to wait until my first starter got to his final stage. But, he is different, I will admit, but I had a lot of fun using Pancham. I've built a couple Pangoros meant for competition, and it's not a bad Pokemon. He's a pretty beefy attacker. Giving him the ability Iron Fist and coupling that with Power Up Punch is pretty evil. Coming in at, wow, why does my phone keep shutting off? Coming in at number 3, Tyrantrum. I can't begin to tell you how much I froze when I was at the second gym and he threw out Tyrant. I was like, oh my god, that is awesome. Where is it? And I want one right now. I will not continue this game until I get a hold of it. And then I found out, because I did not look up either one of the fossils. I did very little research for X and Y, because like I told you guys when I did the review on it, I wasn't going to get a 3DS or X or Y. I was just going to call it good. And then I decided to do so, and I'm glad I did decide to get it. I had to text my Pokemon Savvy friend and said, how do you get Tyrant? And she said it's one of the fossils that you get in the beginning of the game. And I said, oh my god, please tell me it's the jaw fossil. And she said it is, and I'm like, thank you. So I ran to the place where you turn in your fossils in as quick as I possibly could, and I got my Tyrant and had a blast. It is a Dragon Rock T-Rex. How can you not like that? Having Dragon Claw, Earthquake, and iron, I mean, head smash. I mean, you can wreck shop with this thing. Tyrant is a boss. Or Tyrantrum, I guess you could say. Number 2, coming in at number 2 is Noivern. Noivern is really, really awesome. He is probably one of the faster Pokemon out there. I will say, though, he is a bitch to train, like most dragon Pokemon are. You get this Noibat. Basically, it looks like a dragon version of Zubat, because that's pretty much what he is, and you're stuck with him until he gets to level 48, I think, and it's just like, oh my god, will you please just evolve? You suck. But it is worth it. It took me forever to get a perfect 6 IV one, and it turned out to be shiny, too. I was like, this is awesome. Now, I will say the shiny version of Noivern looks kind of ugly, but it is cool to say you have a shiny one, right? But you basically just take this thing, you max it out in special attack and speed, and then give it the last 4 EVs and whatever you want to put it in, and you just have fun with it. Noivern at number 2. And number 1, my favorite Pokemon from Gen 6, the Kalos region, is the Water Fighter Evolution starter, Greninja. I can't begin to tell you how much I love Greninja. He is probably my second favorite starter, starter final evolution, or maybe not, if not second, he's definitely in the top 3. Greninja and his hidden ability Protein is freaking awesome. The ability to just to continually change your type so it's hard for your opponent to get a critical hit off of you, or not a critical hit, a super effective shot off on you is really good. I freaking love Greninja, and the fact that if you get a shiny one, he's black, and his tongue is blood red. How can you not like that, right? So, Greninja is my number 1 Pokemon from Gen 6. So anyway, guys, I hope you enjoyed my top 10 list from my top 10 Pokemon from Gen 6. I will be doing a review on Omega Ruby and Alpha Sapphire. I might even do a video when I actually get the games and just let you guys know, maybe what I did. Maybe I might do a video about it before I start. I honestly don't know. So anyway, in the comment section below, please give me your top 10 list for your favorite Pokemon from Gen 6. If you're wondering why a certain Pokemon wasn't on this list, I'll be happy to tell you. And if you ever want to suggest a video, guys, all you have to simply do is just send me a message to the team email site or leave a comment below, and I will make a video about it. So thank you very much for watching. Make sure you comment, rate, subscribe, thumbs up this video, share it with your friends, and I'll see you next time.